Good morning. This is Tanya, and I'm in Melissa, Texas, like right out of Dallas. It's like 3 a.m. in the morning, and just having a hard time falling asleep or going to sleep. So I thought I'd make a little video. Um, I just wanted to pray for all the targeted individuals that are suffering, whether you're at the beginning of your targeting or you're getting hit with energy weapons, or you're homeless, or you're hearing you know voices or different conversations about your own life, or people are constantly following and harassing you, or you're at the stage where they're poisoning you, or everything is just triggering you. I just wanted to pray, for all of us. And I just wanted to, I guess, talk about, some people do take things different than other people. They can deal with things a lot better and different than other people. And when I say a lot, like, I have to catch myself when I say, "Oh, my targeting has been extreme," like, but it has been extreme. But I don't want to take away from any other target that has suffered through this program, that what they are facing or passing through is not just as extreme as what it is that I have been going through. Um, but this this whole thing is a bit just it's just wild. It's just really wild. It's just like a real mental thing. It's exhausting. It's mental. It's just wrong, and it robs us out of a lot of things in life. You know, um, like I'm bored and I get lonely a lot, and I've tried to like make friendships with other targets, and it's just so hard because you know when you're a target, you could be rubbed the wrong way. Someone could say something that rubs you the wrong way, or someone could do something that rubs you the wrong way, or someone could wear a certain color that rubs you the wrong way, and then automatically in your mind they're a a perp to you. And they have the system set up so good that it's unfortunate that that is kind of what it is. You know, I have stayed away from really trying to make targeted individual videos, because if I record throughout my day everything that I see, then I just stay stagnant and stuck on what it is that they are ultimately doing to me, you know. But then when I try to move on and not record or pay attention to necessarily everything, I see it, but not try to focus on it too much, then when I'm getting targeted, then it messes me up, because what I can say about my targeting is that sometimes it could be on a 2, sometimes it could be on 100. And over the years, I have been trying to figure out what makes it more, like, what makes them target me more. Like, so if you go out in your day and you have very minimum targeting, that could last. If you pay attention, sometimes it lasts for days, weeks. It will last that way. And then sometimes you go out and they just on you repetitively. They're just on you, on you, on you, on you, on you. And so, sometimes I notice, like, if I do talk to someone or have a conversation with someone, certain people that my targeting can pick up more. And then, or if I do certain things, or if I argue with a person in that day, or just certain things can make it go like the pace will pick up higher. But yeah, I just really want to just get my testimony out. Like I said, I'm going to try to get it out in 4 parts. Over the years, I've been telling bits and pieces about, but I just want to get this testimony out so then I could just focus on God. And let me see, how do I put this? When I say just focus on God, like, I'm not going to say that I'm a prophet or a evangelist or a apostle or this or that. What I am going to say is that I am a child of God, um, and that I'm still coming out of a lot of things, like a lot of strongholds. And no, I'm not perfect. Um, my language is still very poorly, and I still have some unresolved anger. I think the anger has came from all the pain that I have, all the trauma that I have been through, and um, when you've been hurt so bad, and you're a good, nice person, and you kind of go through a lot of trauma, um, it can turn into bitterness and anger. And I just want to get delivered from that, and be restored from that. Because I can blame a million people. Like I said, I can blame a million people for they did this, they did that. Why am I going through this? But it ultimately boils down to me and my life decisions, and just making poor life decisions all the way up to this point with me and my kids. It's unfortunate that these group of people are kind of, I don't know. I try to look at this situation all different ways, and sometimes it just really stresses my mind out, so that I'm thinking about it so much that I'm stagnant in every other level of my life. This has just been a mess. But what I have noticed is that more and more people are starting to come out and, talk about their experience of being targeted. So there's more and more people that are recognizing that something is definitely wrong or going wrong. But yeah, to all the targets that are working a job and that are just like taking care of themselves, and can have like some sort of decent life, that is so beautiful. um that's a real beautiful thing, you know um it's really beautiful. But like I said, a lot of people don't want to, or are not turning to God or Jesus, or they look at me like, how can you claim God and Jesus and your life is so messed up, or you made so many mistakes, or you live so poorly in your life. And the reason why I can claim Jesus and God is because I know the truth. I walked through some things, I've been through some things, I made some very poor decisions, and he still had his hand on me and pulled me out of some things. And I know that he's the creator of mankind. He's the creator of heaven and earth. So he's the creator of the universe. And so, definitely would want to go to him regarding what it is that we are passing through right now. Um, but no, nothing about me is like, nothing about me is like, it's crazy because I don't mind being the like odd person out. Like, I don't mind being not the it girl. I don't mind not being this or that or that. That was so fine with me. But when you go through this, it's like it's just another, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Part of me, like, for a long time just wishes that STIs could come together and like be some sort of family to one another, but it's so split up and it's so messed up, and people's demeanor and just everything is just all over the place. And this is just unfortunate that we're all passing through this. Because it's kind of like going through this, but you're still on earth breathing air. Like, what type of life do you have? What type of quality of life do you have? Will you always be alone, lonely, battling this thing by yourself? I know that God is ultimately in control of all things, but in the physical, like, uh, it's such an isolated thing. Um, I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know. But at this point, I think that I have been through so much stuff and gone through so much stuff. I'm starting to just be like, just accepting all of this for what it is. And now I'm at the point where I'm just like, I don't think that I'm going to find a friend in this targeting. Like, I don't think that I'm going to end up with a kingdom spouse or spouse um, going through this targeting. I mean, when you're going through this targeting, it would be great to have that one person that can get you and understand you, and just, you can relieve some of this weight. Not necessarily up on them, but you could unleash some things that a person can be empathetic and sympathetic to, and then to get um, just a different outlook or perspective on some things. Um, like, you don't feel like, I went from, being kind of, girly girly to not gangster or hood, but just like on alert. So then you just lose, yourself. You a female, 3 kids, you got all these weird people taking pictures, following you, gangster thugs, you know, white guys with tattoos all on their face, black dudes from the hood, white girls, soccer moms. You got police study harassing you. Doctors is all in cahoots. Like, this just it just like oh, it kind of turns you into like an investigator, like a detective yourself, an officer, because you like, going through this, I have to like watch my kids, pay attention when I'm going places to this person, that person, this, that. Like, just, it's been like, whoa, whoa. Oh my goodness. But I just want to get to a part where I'm just telling what I need to tell, my testimony as good as I can tell it, get that done and over with, so I could just pray for other people. Probably just pray for backsliders, targeted individuals. Just pray for people, stuff that I've passed through or am passing through. That would be the best thing for me to do, is pray for people that are, that are going through certain things that I know that I went through, that am going through, that, just need a prayer. I'm not no goody two shoes. I ain't this. I ain't that. Never have I ever thought I was like none of that. So, that's where I'm at. I don't know what to think so far as like really trying to work a job or career. This it's just been so much. I'm just like, I'm not really sure how a target individual can really have a decent life after going through all this. Like, I'm not gonna speak for all targets, but like at times my energy is just off. My nervous system is just kind of like, from all of the harassment, and from going through all of this stuff has kind of made me angry, because before I went through all this stuff, I was like really just nice, like nice and kind. So if you're a nice, kind person, and then you go through this targeting stuff, it can make you like, But yeah, I don't know. But I just pray that God protect and heal and deliver and restore all and every targeted individual that is suffering right now. I pray that He heals your mind, body, spirit, and soul, and that He restores your mind, body, spirit, and soul, and that He protects you with the blood of Jesus Christ. I pray that every targeted individual have an encounter with God. That if you are a backslider, or no matter what you're doing, that you come out of whatever it is, repent to God, and turn from your wicked ways, and forgive yourself. Yeah. Yeah. But I just thought, like, just been thinking about this whole thing, and it's like, you got homeless people that, and nothing against homeless people, but you got homeless people that got like somebody that's on the streets with them, that's their like mate. You have two uneducated people together. You have two broke people somewhere together. You have that really care about one another. Have each other's back. Even if they're not in a female-male relationship, they're just friends. Two homeboys, two homegirls. But they have somebody they can depend on, somebody they can count on. This thing right here, going through this, has been wild. And now I know why I think I stopped like really watching other targets videos and stuff, because it's so much drama. Like, I don't want that. I don't. It's too much drama. I'm trying to come out of drama. I'm trying to come out of the arguing, the yelling, the screaming. Like, I want that taken off of me, and I don't want to really deal or associate with no drama. Like, this whole situation has been done with drama. Like, other TIs calling each other perps and arguing over this and this and that. And there's times that I have talked to other targeted individuals, and I have thought my own certain way about a targeted individual, but I don't think I've necessarily called them a perp. I just think that their energy is not, we not rolling on the same energy. So I just disassociate myself with them. Because I feel like there are some targets that are fake, that are perps that are sent into the target community to act accordingly. There are a couple planted, yes, I believe that. But there are some targets that have been through so much stuff that are working under unclean spirits, and then they might come off as a perp. I do believe that too. I believe that I was with the ex that I was with, he was a perp. And I think that I dealt with him for so long. You know, like you deal with somebody or you relationship with somebody, and then they eat oatmeal and peanut butter, and you first think that's gross, but the longer you're around them, the next thing you know, oatmeal and peanut butter is the best thing in the world. So I think that you could be around somebody, that's when you're unequally yoked and you're around someone, and then that person, whatever that person is dealing with, starts to rub off on you. And then if you're not wise enough to see the difference in yourself and ask God to take that away from you, then you're just carrying all this stuff and not knowing that you're carrying these certain things that only God can remove from you. It's a lot. This is a lot. It's really a lot. That's why soul ties are so strong. Like, so when you're in a relationship with someone and y'all unequally yoked, you believe and they don't believe, they're a non-believer, you are a believer, and you guys are together. And then there's a soul tie that forms. That's what that soul tie is. And it has to be broken. And God's the only one that can break it. He can send someone to break it, but you need deliverance. And then I just think there's some paranoid targeted individuals that, you know, whoever they run across, if the person look too long or blink too or say this word or that word, then they like, oh, you a perp, you a perp, you a perp. I mean, but it is what it is. Like this whole thing is crazy. But, you know, people could judge each other however they want to, but God knows the truth. God knows each of our walks. God knows who we are. The devil knows who we are. That's what that is. As long as God knows who I am and my true intentions and whatever, that's all I care about. That's what other people need to really take into consideration when you are dealing or talking to somebody. If they're not healthy for you mentally or physically, disconnect from that person. Just disconnect and let go of that energy, because the longer you hold on to that energy, that's a soul tie. You're gonna it's a soul tie of confusion and a whole bunch of other stuff. So you got to just be delivered from it and just leave that person in that situation alone, because you keep dwelling in it and giving it life. It's like just in your energy field. So that's all, you know. I, you know, talked to a couple targets myself, and, you know, trying to befriend some and trying to do this and do that. And, you know, some I could be friends with, and then some I just can't. Some I could tolerate conversations with, and some I can't. And I'm sure that's for, you know, that goes vice versa, you know. I don't have anything to prove to anyone but God and my kids. That's all I owe, is God and my kids. Don't really owe anyone else anything. But yeah, I don't know. This is some crazy stuff. But, you know, when I first got targeted, I worked for a while till I just mentally couldn't do it no more. It was just too much. Every job I'd go to is just the same mobbing. And so when I see the targets, other targets that are working and enjoying themselves and are able to work and get paid, it's like that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful that you have that temperament and that you can get through it. Because I know it's hard because I've been there. You know. Yeah. Yep. I don't even, half the time I get on here to make a video or whatever, I don't even know what to talk about at this point. I've been through so much stuff. I really don't even like talking to big groups. It's like at the beginning when I first started going through this stuff, it was like I was making videos like all the time with my phone out, and then after going through all this stuff, I'm just like, I don't really, I mean, part of me just feels like I don't have nothing to say to the world or about anything. Then the other part of me is like, I have to say this stuff. Like, I have to expose this stuff. I have to tell my story. I have to tell my truth. You know, yeah, that's what I gotta do. Tell my story. Tell my truth. But, yeah, that's about it. Like, and then I just want to tell you guys also, like, to be careful when you're like online, um, looking for pastors or, you know, watching pastors and getting prophecies and all that stuff, because I was watching a couple different pastors and getting the same prophecies but from different pastors. And well, not saying, because this one prophecy I've been getting a lot, but it's like a split thing. I've been getting a prophecy about a kingdom spouse is coming. Oh, this kingdom spouse is coming. You know, I'm told that he's a man of God and he's a strong man of God. Then I'm told that no, he's a non-believer. He used to be a believer, but he didn't turn non-believer. But those are not all the prophecies. Like, I got several different prophecies about different things in my life, but this is the one that I will share. So just, and then when I think about it, it's like, why would God send me someone that still is kind of in Egypt? Like, because I don't never want to go back to Egypt. I don't never want to be off into drugs, alcohol, and casino life and living like that. Never. Never. That took so much out of me. Like, no. So I don't think it would be healthy for me to be with a guy like that at all. Not at all. But I don't know who God has in store for me. I don't know. But what I will say is that I kind of like got caught up in some prophecies, and I got led to this one apostle, and I was telling him, look, God sent me to you, which he did. And I'm thinking like, well, when God tell you that I was coming, it was just weird. But I'm used to being treated poorly by other people. And like, I'm 47 years old. And that might be kind of sad to say, but it's the truth, because I have been abused all of my life. And if you are being gang stalked right now, if you are a target, you're being abused. That's what abuse is. You're being abused by a group of individuals, satanic, demonic individuals. So you're being abused. So I've been abused all of my life, my childhood and my adult life. And but I could deal with people saying sly stuff or treating me messed up, because I would always just have a smile on my face and just, recognize it but let it go and still have fun, you know. But going through this got me down real bad. But when I went to go to this church to go see this apostle, I was humiliated. I was like treated. I wasn't treated in that. And somebody might look at that situation and be like, I was working out of pride. Now I look at it, I could have been working out of pride. I could have been working out of a Jezebel spirit. I could have been working out of a couple things. But I felt like if God sent me to you and you have the authority to take some of these things and strip me off of some of these garments and heal and rebuke and cancel. And when I was in your presence, you didn't do that. You treated me lesser than when I came for help. When I brought myself and my kids and I came for help, I just feel like that probably hurt the most. Like that probably hurt a lot, because I really thought highly of this apostle. And that just goes to show God will teach you in anything you're going through, whether you learn in all aspects of life. So I mean, I learned a couple things going through that. I can't, I felt like hurt, but then again, it wasn't his fault that I got off track with God. It wasn't his fault that I got afflicted by all these things. If I would have been on course and stayed on course, instead of turning like Lot's wife, going back into Egypt when I knew it wasn't nothing in Egypt, then I wouldn't have had to go to look for a pastor and ask, help with deliverance and healing and all this stuff. Because I would have stayed on course with God, on my own understanding with God, my own line with God, because we have our own line with him. But when you get off of course, then you have to go to someone higher up that has been obedient to the Lord, that can help you, and everyone has free will. So I guess he used his free will, and that's what it was. And it hurt. It hurt. It hurt. It hurt. But just hoping and praying God can send another man, another destiny helper. But that man actually put in perspective a couple things for me. The way he treated me, it let me know that in the eyes of a faithful servant, I am nothing. So if I thought I was nothing before, which it was okay, because I really not nothing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm myself, God created me, I'm here on earth, but like, but when a higher spiritual ranking pastor looks at you like you nothing, that could be a bit painful. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get a little bit of rest, but I just wanted to come on and I guess yap my mouth a little bit. But yeah, good night or good morning.